Hey, what's going on, guys? Phil here. Welcome back to another MWO patch notes review. Elephant in the room, I have been sick. I've missed a few videos. I've missed a few streams. My daughter got sick. My wife got sick. Then I got sick because reasons. So for all my mech dads out there, you know how I feel. We're going to just go and power through this. It is February's patch note. And yeah, we're just going to go dive in and get right to it. Basically, we have two new legendary mechs. The first is a Warhawk, the Kai-Sei, the new legendary mech this month, and the Black Knight Red Reaper 2. The packs will sell for $15 on the website and be available via Steam. Each legendary mech is a new variant of an existing chassis and has a custom paint job and 30% C-Build boost. Just think of them like a hero mech, basically. Also included each pack is a new mini battle pass system driven by the Mech XP. Just by playing the mech, you'll earn GSP, C-Bills, MC, premium time, exclusive cockpit items, so forth and so on. Basically, you unlock what you used to buy. Now you have to play for. Now, that all being said, I've been pretty critical of the battle pass system that they implemented because, again, as I stated, you used to be able to just buy the hero mech and you'd got all the stuff. Now you basically have to play, which, okay, you were going to anyways. But something really, really cool here is they have a new Legends directory page. You click this. Now I'm logged in, so you can see I've played all from the very beginning Moonwalker. The only one legendary I haven't really played is the Spitfire. Go figure, probably one of the weakest. I don't know. I gotta put in some work on that thing. But anyways, this is actually really dope. Being able to keep track, you're able to click on and basically go right to redeem. And again, I can redeem all my stuff right here. This is actually one thing that I'm pretty excited that they did. So anyways, kudos to PGI. Good job on the progress bar. I think this is really easy to keep track of. Unfortunately, it still requires you to go to the website, but the more you know, and all that fun stuff. So anyways, I like this. This is actually really cool. Also, make sure to where you can go back at any point in time. You do not have to finish the battle pass within a given time frame. You can take as long as you want. Go and play that. Shop now. NoGutsNoGalaxy.net. Use NGNG10 for 10% off your order over $20. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about the Warhawk Kai-Sei. The first thing that pops into mind carries a new piece of equipment in MWO, the Supercharger in its CT. The Supercharger functions the same as Mask, however, it is lighter and only increases speed cap. It will not give a boost to acceleration, de-acceleration, or turn rate. The Supercharger on the Kai-Sei's locked equipment will not be available in store at C-Bills at this time. This is a brand new piece of equipment that I didn't even know about. Wow, cool. They implement it here. Going back to the artwork on this and the skin, I think these are absolutely fantastic. I saw that Teos, again, is trying to get more of these types of skins. These are actually based off of community created skins. So anyways, I'm all for that. I think the detail in here is fantastic. Even it's all about the Draconis combined propaganda. Onto you, Teos. I see where you're coming from. I'm not liking this. The Davians and Comstar would like a word, sir. But overall, this is a new Warhawk variant. I like the Warhawk. Warhawk is a very unique assault in the meaning that it doesn't have a lot of payload capacity in the torsos. The left torso specifically, it's locked out pretty much. But what does this have? Well, we know right here. It's got 4 energy in the left arm and 3 missile in the right arm. And then, of course, we do have a Clan Supercharger Mark III. Now, what's interesting with this is the introduction of Supercharger. It says it's going to work just like Mask. I wonder if it's... I'm assuming it has the same penalty if you use too much. But overall, it gives a boost of speed. So that's pretty dope. 3 ATM6s here, dual large pulse ER mediums, and then this can be used in conjunction with other Omnipods, which is really just the right torso. Omnipod is the only other difference of the torsos. The left is all locked out here. Double heatsink galore. It's a thing. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about the quirks here, and specifically we do have them, and nothing too crazy here. Basically missile cooldown, and this is only set of 8s, it looks like, so -10 in the arm, so 3 ATM6s with -10 cooldown plus your skills. And then missile velocity 15, -2.5 heat. That's very, very negligible, considering also that the heat management's already super high. I doubt most people will play this stock. You'll probably end up playing with it, but so nothing too crazy there. Again, I really do dig the camo pattern. I think this will be an interesting. I don't know how popular this is going to be, considering the Warhawk. For the most part, I would say the most popular version is just the Prime. 4 PPCs. It does that exceptionally well because of all the locked heat sinks in the legs, torsos, and CT. But it does introduce something unique. And of course, You do have ballistic and missile and energy combos now that you can do with a supercharger. So that's quite interesting. So a new legendary. If you like the Warhawk, make sure to check that out. Okay, on to the Red Reaper 2. I was about to say Black Knight. The Red Reaper 2 here, aesthetically, definitely different. Has this gigantic shield. And let's go ahead. It doesn't really have any right up here, I don't think. Yeah, we have a readout here. Let me see. Scroll down here if it's got the readout down below. Nope, it doesn't. Okay, so a little bit of history about this. This is a lore-specific mech, the Red Reaper is. The 2, albeit it wouldn't really fit MWO, so they made alterations. This is why it's a -2. This is a actual shield, and this is an actual sword. You can't use the sword. I'm sorry for all of my katana-wielding fanatics out there. You can't. But this heavy shield gives an additional, look at this armor on the shield. This is ridiculous. 198, right? That's 150 plus structure. Like, oh my gosh, that's like, it's like double literally the Onyx. That's ridiculous. Now, I did miss in our original video one of the hard points on the arms. We have 2 missile hard points on the arms. Now, if you look here very closely, it's right here. One, a missile hardpoint on the torso is low, and one is high. That is definitely going to affect your performance's aiming ability with both the 2 in the arm too, but they're pretty much equal as far as height. The other thing you're going to notice here as far as the energy is 7 energy. You've got 1 in the left torso for a snub. That is low mount, by the way. And snub in the right torso with 4 energy as well, and 1 in the head. Now, as far as locations are concerned, pretty standard Black Knight. It's nothing to write home about. I mean, the head location's high. The additional torso one is high, but the rest are mediocre, waist-bound at best. And that's actually sort of a negative when it comes to where the cockpit is here. So I presume this will be a brawler-centric, obviously with the shield as well. I do not see you rolling long-range weaponry on here. Maybe large pulse, maybe medium pulse with SRMs and so forth, and with the introduction of other weapon systems in the near future, especially missiles, we'll have to sort of see on here. But this is a piece of equipment. Again, it does weigh X amount of tonnage. You cannot remove it. It'll be interesting seeing how this plays. Again, the Onyx is the closest representation that we've had of the Red Reaper 2, so we'll have to stand by on that. Now on to weapon adjustments. We have rack 2 reduced shake impulse receiving. That is basically when you're getting shot, how much shake there is. Basically got a 10% nerf here. We'll have to sort of see. Also, tone down muzzle flash particle effect. This is pretty much, across the board here on the Rack 5 and Rack 2s. I'm actually okay with this. I think the impulse was a little bit too crazy, where you can literally shake someone where they can't return fire at all, and that is sort of annoying. And of course, muzzle flash performance issues. Almost down for that. We got buffs across the board on Hags here, Hag 20, 30, and 40s. Reduced heat. It's interesting. You've sort of seen Hags still be effective with the basically ERPPC sort of spread that they have now on damage. It definitely has cut into their use. I still think they're effective, especially at what they do. But again, this is a buff towards them. Again, the Cauldron taking their time, getting adjustments slowly but surely, lining them in and railing them in. I think that's fine. LRM 5, 10, 15, and 20 standards and Artemis, Clan and IS, max trajectory arc in indirect mode is increased to 150 from 100. Now, this is basically revert. Basically, LRMs got nerfed and buffed. It's weird. They got nerfed as far as the indirect value without Artemis. The problem is the attack angle and then the launch angle and stuff like this. So anyways, it basically reverts it. I think this is the right call. I think the Artemis change in itself, slowing velocity, was enough. I do know via Tios in Discord, he has said they are looking at other options. Navid from the Cauldron did mention that there was an alternative that they were wanting to originally implement, but PGI proper was a little bit afraid of making those changes. It would be nice to hear maybe from Tios specifically what that is, and maybe let the community decide if the risk is worth the reward as far as making a change. But anyways, I do know that they're still looking at LRMs, and I quote, ECM, radar depth, and target decay are still a problem in MWO. and how that ties into direct and indirect fire, and that is from Tios himself. They are looking at stuff, so we'll have to sort of wait and sort of see what happens. Equipment adjustments, new Executioner Omnipods, new left and right arm pods for the BA Omni Mech are added to use with the Executioner chassis. These arm pods offer 2 ballistic hard points each. The new arm pods are obtained through reaching tier 20 of the Sovereign Legendary Mech Battle Pass, so basically you have to own the Battle Pass to be able to get those. Players have already reached the tier 20 will receive set of new arm pods in this patch. Refer to the Quirks section for detailed in regards to Quirks come with the new arm pods. There we go. To be clear, these can only be acquired by purchasing the Sovereign Legendary Mech and completing the Battle Pass. Please include the note with the BC Legendary Leg Jumpjet changes. The Jumpjet count is fixed to the Sovereign chassis. You will not be able to increase the amount of Jumpjets by swapping Omnipods. You will not be able to reduce Jumpjets on other Executioner variants by putting Sovereign pods on them. And that's mainly to, I believe they reduce the amount of Jumpjets to get it in line with lore. And so you've got a very, very slow Executioner that has a lot of pod space. So anyways, I know it's been, you know, I would say semi-popular out there, but this should free up some tonnage depending on where it's at. The Jenner Oxide getting some, buffs here. Increased turn rate, very, very slightly, consistent with other Jenners. Increased dorsal twist rate, and again, consistent with other Jenners. It's actually, I feel like the Oxide is, probably needs a little bit more than that. Executioner Leg Omnipods now have only 1 jump jet. Total of 2 jump jets. Stock load is now updated to include 2 SRM2s in the right torso. So there you guys go. Those changes coming. Longbow, the 10C, 10K, 12R, 7V, 13 NIS. Overcharge, torso and arm pitch limits made consistent with the legendary. Reduced max torso pitch angle to 30 degrees from 40. Increased maximum arm pitch angle from 40 degrees from 30. So there you go. Made it consistent. Also slight buff. Increased maximum arm pitch angle for 40 from, and again, this is with the 12C. Hellspawn Quirks. Basically some normalized stuff here. Removed HSL and just basically added from LRM5s and 6s to just missile HSL. Clearing up some stuff. I like that. 3R on the Crusader, removed HSL, but just added missile, so you can take whatever you want. Negative 10% cooldown on the 3R, so that's always nice. And 20% velocity, sort of pushing you towards using LRMs. 5M, removed LB spread and ballistic velocity. Basically, decreased weapon spread and gave weapon velocity back, and also increase ballistic cooldown from negative 40 from 20. Wow, that's a big increase. So there you guys go. So normalizing of Quirks there, but some pretty big buffs. Moving on to the Jaeger. This is actually a big one. Removed AC-20 HSL, giving ballistic HSL. What does this mean? This means you can fire AC-20s without Ghost Heat, and you can also fire UAC 20s, which I actually, yeah, that's interesting. Basically no Ghost Heat, or if you're going to throw other weapons as well. So that's actually pretty dope. So if you're doing ER peeps with Gauss or something like that, that's going to help. So that's a buff. DD gets UAC heat, so that's always a bonus there. Victor, the legendary, increased armor buffs from 60 to from 40. That's a nice buff. Removed ER mediums HSL and just medium laser HSL. Yeah, this was already sort of known that this was going to come in. Mahler got a bunch of stuff here. Basically, it looks like standardization. They're removing some generic stuff and just helping it out across the board. So instead of like just LB, it gets missile and LB. Again, I think a lot of these are good. It cleans up a lot of the quirks. Not everything needs a weapon specific. I think there's definitely roles and specifics for that. Executioners across the board. By the way, a little known fact, Executioner is one of the most deadly assault mechs out there, but the skill ceiling is very, very high on them. So just a little bit of tidbit there. You'll hear Navi talk about that. We got buffs and nerfs across the board, but a lot of these look like just basically removing this, but then just giving it ballistic. So you don't get a Gauss cooldown, you just get a ballistic. So you can take whatever, you don't have to do Gauss anymore. So across the board, a lot of changes to the Executioner there. I suspect you're going to see a lot of these played and coming out there. So stand by, Soup Q on that one. King Crab, the 000, Quad 0, and Triple B removed HSL, added ballistic HSL. I think this is a smart move. Why not? Also, this is in adjustment to a few things coming down the pipeline. This isn't just for the Jaeger or this. All right, cough drop time. I think this is in precedence of a few changes coming down the pipeline. Some of these quirks that are happening and quirk changes are also for the new weapons that are coming in March, and that is for Clan NIS. Patch notes obviously are going to be, very important on that, and I'll cover those as soon as they're in. But some of these may be in lieu of the new weapon systems, right? So it's like, okay, yeah, some of these king crabs can't run UAX, so why would that really matter? Well, now skip forward a month and there's less things. Maybe they foresee them already being an issue, or they foresee those mechs needing to be able to run certain weapons without penalty. So this may be already, there. So, and again, some of these are quite large. So we'll have to sort of stand by. Map adjustments, this is something I didn't expect. Tourmaline Desert Domination moved for more balanced sides. Domination circle radius increase from 400. This is awesome, by the way, 400 to 600 meters. No pictures here. That would have been really nice. Darren, Matt, if you're listening, pictures, where on the map is it going to be placed? Is it going to mean more in the Stargate? You can change on a per map basis the scale of a circle. That's actually something new. I didn't know that. If that's the case, man, that opens the just cupboard there. Be interested to see what other maps change. Hibernal Rift spawns to be more similar to Canyon Network spawns. Yes. I actually wish that Hibernal Rift got a few adjustments that the new Canyon Network does. Hibernal Rift, for those who don't know, was made based on the middle variation of Canyon Network that until what it is now. So it sort of got a few of the updates, but then a lot of the really bad spots are still there. So anyways, that's always dope. Change Polar Highlands spawns to greatly reduce travel time. Oh, thank goodness. We've talked about this. Polar Highlands is a huge map, and I would say probably 50% of the map gets used. The rest is you travel time. Like, it literally takes you over 2+ minutes. If you're in a 48 kph executioner, it takes even longer, probably 3 minutes to just travel from the outskirts. And so that would be interesting seeing how that's going to affect. So that's good. Store updates, War Emu and Scale Shot. Okay, cool. Bug fixes. Fixes hitbox on the Roughneck Bolt ballistic torso. Yeah, there you go. Clan Mark II mask. Mark 4 weapon spread while mask is active has been made consistent with other mask variants. Clan Mask 4 only introduced 10% of the weapon spread that it should apply, despite visual reticle shake. Oh, well, there you guys go. Wow. So again, huge changes. I would say probably the biggest stuff is to the execution here as far as quirks. I mean, that legend is getting an HSL +2 to ERPPC. That also includes, that's a set of 8, by the way. Which allows it to fire more. That's actually going to be interesting. It's a really good pop tarter. I would say if anything, if you take it out of the legendary, is to use it as a pop tart mech. It's not because it's so slow. You get to a location, you have cover in front of you, pop up and shoot, engage. So So yeah, man, lots of stuff coming. I mean, obviously the new legendaries. Let me know what you guys think. Are you going to buy these? Are you interested in the Red Reaper 2? Did you like the Onyx? The one critique I wish would have been is like this shield maybe tilted 45-degree angle, so it wouldn't cover the front basically weapon loadouts here, but it would be slightly angled a little bit more. It'd reduce the need for a full torso twist left and right. I think that would have been nice. The Warhawk, I feel like it's a really cool camo pattern. I don't know if it's going to do much as far as the performance. I feel like it's sort of like the Longbow. I don't know. We'll have to sort of see here, but my initial impressions are it's sort of a weak. I may be completely wrong here. It may be the best thing next to Slice Spread, especially it's in more missiles. Sure, missile boat, go all in. But the supercharger is cool. I didn't expect that. So there's that. But guys, this has been your February patch review. My thoughts, my give and takes. I think this is leading up to 2024 of March being very, very big. The new weapon systems are going to throw so much into just it. I will say the last time we had a sort of shakeup like this, I think was, the Civil War tech. And this is not as grandiose as that, but it's going to add a lot of flavor. So it'll be interesting. I'll report as soon as I get those in here. But yeah, let me know down in the comments down below. Have you guys been enjoying the legendaries? Also, again, I give kudos where it's due. This is actually a really good system. The directory. I think this is cool. I hope they have a link of this in game so you can click and it takes you directly here. That would be really, really cool. But overall, this is a net benefit, especially if you were like, oh yeah, I totally forgot to do the war emu. Like I actually have. I need to go work on that one. You can definitely see which mechs I enjoyed or didn't enjoy as much. Yeah, so this is a good one. I hope to see a little stuff like this continue. But yeah, this is it. If you guys found this video helpful, click the like button. Again, I hope to see you on my live streams. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday over on Twitch at twitch.tv/NGNGTV. I'll have a link down below. You just click it, click that little follow button. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. Until next time. If you enjoy the content and like to support, consider becoming a member. In doing so, you can also get access to the videos as soon as I upload them for just 99 cents.